Well, hello friends now, and welcome to the Pirate Round. I be Captain Sculptibus, and this be the Scarlet Raven, and we're here now to begin the next episode of the Pirate Round. Yeah. And first of all, I'd just say to Scarlet Raven, your har.
Your har. To friends that aren't here, the friends who we've had here, Captain Turner, wish you could be here, but unfortunately he cannot, and we'll have you again soon, we hope. And to friends not met and friends we've lost, and we hope that everyone is having smooth sailing out there. So we'll have our little toast here.
As we do every time on the Pirate Round, we begin with a toast to our friends and to those who are near and dear to us and who we love dearly. And we start with some good dark Jamaican rum there. Comes out of the crystal flask.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, I say.
True, that's where it's from. So we see, your heart, friends. Oh, bites like the devil's tongue.
And you know, I find it kind of smooth and good.
Yeah.
But that's me. Now, Captain, I noticed you got you a fine new jacket here, and I've got one here too.
Well, you know, I've got me a fine new coat. And now this sets me apart from the below deck ravels. Because, you know, captains always got to have themselves a fine coat. And this one's mighty fine. You know, it'd be the colour of the sea just before a storm. And it's mighty comfortable and fits me well. And I purchased it down for quite a not inconsiderate sum of coin from down into the Colorado Renaissance Festival, they say.
We were there. We got lost. Our ship got lost.
We went
into a fog bank and... we found ourselves washed up and lost, and we found some ships, but they weren't ours. And we have found our ship now, but as you can see, we're on board now. But,
back on the Scarlet Raven where we should be. Back on the
the Carrion Crow.
Back on the Carrion Crow where we should be.
We're drinking too much rum.
And not enough.
And you see, I've got my Frenchy jacket on.
This is fine.
This French is a jacket I got off a French dandy.
Made of the finest French cloth there. It's silvery and shiny and
quite nice.
And worth many coin.
I like to wear this on shore sometimes.
True.
So in this episode of the Pirate Round, we're going to talk about a game that is called the Pirate Republic. You can see it sitting out here, and we've got a few extra accessories that actually do not come with this game. And the game takes, they say, 60 to 90 minutes. We found it when we played it the few times. It's been about 2 hours.
Yeah, about 2 hours. I'd say.
It's quite a fun game where
very interesting.
This map that is sitting on, this is the collector's map that I got directly from the company Greenfoot Games by special order. The normal map is a big fold-out cardboard that is nicely done. As you can see, it's exactly like this map, except for this is a kind of like it's a cloth with some other stuff underneath of it. But it's a very fine map. The other one is the same size, but it just folds out. This one is just a little bit nicer, sits nice and smooth when you have it out on the table. We've also got a few extra other pieces. The metal ships that we've got a few of them painted. We've got the Spanish galleon. One is the plastic one that comes with the game. The metal one, which was a special order. And then we have our special Calico Jack pirate flag box that also we did a special order to when we roll the dice to move our ships about.
Quite.
Now, the Pirate Republic game is, you've got 5 different, you can play it by yourself, but it comes with 5 pirates that you can play. One is Calico Jack, one is Anne Bonny, which why they split the two up is kind of funny, but
can't see. They were always together.
They were always together. Then they have Blackbeard.
Blackbeard, true.
And then they have Sam Bellamy. And then Blackbeard. No, it's a Blackbeard. The Buzzard.
Le Bouche. The Frenchman.
Now each captain has his own flag, and is derivative of each one of the captains. It is their flag. Now Anne Bonny, of course, she flew underneath Calico Jack's flag, so they've actually got her underneath Steve Bonnet's flag, the skull with the hourglass, and I can't think of the other thing.
Oh, that's true. They don't have quite the banner for her, but
No.
they, she flew under Calico Jack's banner because they were on the same boat together. But they've got the flags a bit mixed around. But I suppose it's understandable.
Now, the way you play the game is before you start, you draw some territory cards, and each one of those territories will have a little chit. You can see the little round markers, some of them which have little waves on them, and some of them which, if you look really closely, have ships on them, and those ships can be either naval ships of the nationalities, Dutch, English, French, and Spanish. And I thought there was one other one, but I can't think of what it is. I thought there was 5, but I can't think of what it is. But anyway, when you place each one of those based upon the territories that you pull for the before the start of the game, and you place them face down, and then each of the players can pick a starting location. Nassau, of course, is one of the safe zones. It's covered up here by the box, and there's an Indian village, and then there's other locations that have skull and crossbones, which are safe ports for your ship to be in. And at the end of each turn, you always want to try and be there, because if you don't, if you roll an unlucky dice, then you may be facing the nearest naval ship.
A pirate hunter, they say.
Or a pirate hunter.
Very
well,
deadly.
naval ship or a pirate hunter that's in the area. There may be none, there may be some.
True.
Usually there's almost always one.
At least one.
At least one nationality ship, and they're quite fierce. For a starting pirate in his career, he doesn't have as the power to take on those ships, so it's quite hard to do. And if he gets beat, he ends up having to go back to the nearest port that has the pirate flag on it.
The Pirate Haven, they say.
The Pirate Haven.
Where you can revictualize and get your ships fixed again, and find yourself some more rum and wenches to assuage your bruised ego.
Now, when you go and when you start the game, as I said, each location has the little markers unturned, and then when you place your ship, actually you place your ship first before you place the markers, because it's random, and you don't want to start off with everybody, one person putting all of his ship next to all the other chits, so that way he can just move about. So the next phase of the game is you flip over the chits that are near your territory, anything that is touching your territory, and that will tell you if it's a merchant ship, it's a pirate ship, or if it's a nationality ship. And when you sail into each one of those territories, you will do combat with the ship. Now you can see there's a couple of dice here. At the start of your turn, you roll what looks like the typical 6-sided dice, and that will tell you if you've got that's one there, the second one that the captain just touched, that if you have more movement, or you might even have less movement because winds aren't favorable, or if you have the red lookout, then the nationality ship comes to your area and you have to fight him. If it's a white lookout, then the nationality ship comes to your area, but you can avoid him.
Flee, they say. Fight or flight, you choose flight.
And then when you do the combat, you roll this larger dice, which has red skulls and white skulls, and it will tell you hit or miss. And as you go up in level, it might have a +1 or a +2. And being if you have a +1 on there, or a +2 actually, if you have a +2, if you're at least of second tier in level, then it counts as a hit for you. So it's a white skull with a plus on it. And if you have, there's a critical, which you get to add more to your either your cannon or to your boarding action, or not to your intimidation, which is another form. You've got 3 forms of attack that you can use on an enemy ship. You have the your cannon, you have the boarding close combat, and you have your intimidation, which
you can intimidate them.
To surrendering right away.
You scum!
Raising their colours to the white right away.
We'll be coming after you. You better lower your flag or we'll cut your throats.
Now each of the territories may also have a village, or it has a little building, and you can choose to attack said buildings, and you don't know what they are. And when you do, you put a marker on it, you flip it over, and then if you attack it, it could be quite fierce, it could be quite simple.
True.
But if you defeat 2 of those, then it's a good thing, because then when you defeat it, you will get an extra ship that is pulled randomly from the little chits that either is a merchant ship or a pirate ship that be sailing with you as a consort, which will add on its abilities.
True.
Now, the game comes with little cards here, a big stack of cards, and the artwork in these is quite good. Just pull out some of these here and kind of look at them there.
Oh, there you go. You got to.
So these are the captain
character
cards.
Here, there, and
these are your captain cards, which your captains have a stack of 12, and you pull.
Pirate there demanding action.
You pull 4 at the start of your. You have 4 of them at the start of your turn, and you use these to attack. So the artwork, as you can see, is quite good. You've got.
There'd be Anne Bonny herself right there.
Now Anne Bonny has a really good one called Plead in Your Belly.
That's bleed in her belly there.
Which once you use that, you have to discard it permanently out of your hand. So it's out for the rest of the game.
True.
Where the rest of them, you recycle back through at the end of a turn. Now you have
another Anne Bonny, isn't it?
Right, that is an Anne Bonny.
It's another Anne Bonny card. Who'd have thought, years back as pirates, why we would have cards of Anne Bonny, like some people's have cards of Joe Namath or Mickey Mantle or some people's like that.
So it's quite interesting. So each one of these cards has a little cannon, or it has a little crossed swords. And the cannon is your combat
long
range, and then your crossed swords is your short range. And if you have a plus or a minus, or sometimes you have a plus next, or not a plus or minus. You have a either or. You use one or the other. Sometimes you can use both and add those up. And the combat is quite simple. Those would be just some of the cards. And then as you get up in level or in skill, then you get crew cards, and crew cards will give you a better crewman who might help you in your fighting against the nationalities or whoever, or the other pirates. You don't want to take out too many of the pirate brethren, because if you do, then a pirate hunter, well, actually it's not a pirate hunter, I can't remember quite what happens. It's been a while since we've played, but it's not a good thing.
No.
Oh, you lose. I know what it is. You lose, instead of having 4 of your crew cards, you only have 3 in front of you.
Oh, that's right, because you're ridding the world to other pirates.
Right, so it's a bane against you.
Yeah. And don't forget there's swagger.
And yes, the swagger is what you gain up in the level. That's kind of like your level.
Yeah.
The swagger is.
And you get the swagger from place to place, brothel to brothel, they say, boat to boat, about in here, spreading your rumors of your own excellence throughout the land.
Now, and sometimes you might end up, when you roll the dice there, and it's a pirate treasure chest, that means a Spanish galleon has appeared. If there's already a Spanish galleon, it's been moving. And it appears nearest to where you're located at. So if, say, the captain is down here in the southern tip near Panama, it may appear in the Pacific Ocean, and then to go attack it, he would have to go over. Now the pirate ship, or the galleons,
that'd be the Pacific there, right?
Which is represented by the 2 little ships down there.
Mexico, they see there.
And the little yellow ship, or the little metal ship there. They're quite formidable. Quite formidable. But if you take one, then you get a treasure card, and the treasure card once again can be helping you in your fight.
True.
Now, as they be saying, the little metal ships there are the ships that actually were special ordered that I got. They may not last long. The typical ship that comes with the game, the pirate ship, this be the little sloop, Now we see we've got the little bit nicer metal ships, which actually looks like the pirate hunters in the plastic ones.
I do.
But as you can see here, it looks like a little sloop.
Well, it'd be common. It'd be a Jamaica sloop that you'd have. A very common pirate craft, as it was very fast and could sneak in and out of sheltered bays and shallow waters and attack the larger ships going by.
Now, the Pirate Hunter spawn once you've taken out too many villages.
True.
Or after the game has proceeded into the third round.
True.
The game only lasts 3 rounds. You can play it a little bit longer, and each round is a turn is based upon it would go to, say, the captain and into me, and then back to the captain and into me. And once we ran out of all of our cards for each one of our captains, and we have to start playing them again, that is a new round, they say. A new round.
True.
And then at the end of 3 rounds, you have the Pirate Hunter, which spawns. And the Pirate Hunter is very vicious and nasty. And as you can see, it kind of looks like the little metal ships that we have for the pirate ships that we have on the special order.
A tough-looking frigate.
That's a very tough-looking frigate. And there's many decks. Like I said, you've got the territory cards. We keep them in plastic baggies because it is a little bit nicer to protect our games. You have crew cards and treasure cards in here. Each one of them has a very fine piece of artwork.
True.
And once again, this is a game by Greenfoot Games, which was in Kickstarter and then released later on or earlier on this year. And it comes in this nice fine box with this nice fine piece of artwork, which is by Chris Collingwood.
Teach there on the front, I'm
Teach,
sure.
right. This is artwork by Chris Collingwood.
Very good.
On one side you cannot see, they call this Sam Bellamy, but he's an old man with a pirate on his shoulders.
A pirate on his shoulders?
Or not a pirate.
That's not Black Sam.
Well, they say it's Black Sam.
Oh, it's not Black Sam. I know Black Sam.
I know.
Black Sam was a friend of mine. And that's no Black Sam.
I know, but artists...
That's all right. Artistic license, they say. Or artistic license.
Once again, the Pirate Republic, it plays in about 90 minutes to 2 hours, typically 2 hours. That was with just the captain and I. If you had more people, it may take a little bit longer to play.
I think it'd take a bit longer,
You can play it by yourself, which is quite an interesting thing, because most games you can't. So once again, Greenfoot Games, the Pirate Republic. I think I paid about 35, 40 coin for it in just the box. Now, the other stuff was about another 35, 40 coin for the collector's map, the collector's ship, and the Calico Jack dice box that we like to roll in.
True. Well, the one thing I'd like to say about this game now is, two things actually. One thing, I really like the map. This map is just so highly detailed and very colourful. And of course, pirates love maps. Maps take us to treasure, and booty. And we love perusing them, of course, and checking about the coastlines and the islands for places to hide, and coastlines for reefs to avoid, and things such as that. And the map here is quite beautiful. It's very colourful. It's reasonably accurate, and it's got the land masses, and it's got the mountain ranges and the islands and
the territories that might have been owned by each area.
That's true.
And each little village or settlement.
Yeah, you got the Pacific there, the Gulf of Mexico, and the Caribbean there, and the Atlantic, and it's just very enjoyable to look at while you play this game.
One thing that you can almost imagine yourself is being that captain as you be sailing around and making moves and what you might do. And you can play the captain any way you want. You can be bold, you can be daring, you can be cowardly, or cunning, however you want to be. It just kind of depends upon how you want to play it. Now, Greenfoot Games, the interesting thing is they're actually planning, from what I understand, another Kickstarter in 2020 for the Pirate Round, or around the Africa tip in 2020, and I don't know who the captains would be. I would imagine they would probably have William Kidd and Avery and Thomas Tew.
Henry Avery, LeBooze. He'll be in this game and that game too. Interesting.
Correct. Now, one thing I did not mention, the Kickstarter of this actually had Bartholomew Roberts on it, because Bartholomew did come into the Caribbean.
That's true.
But you can't get him now, unfortunately. The cards, they don't have him anymore.
Well,
I was
that's
kind
too
of
bad.
disappointed to not be able to get him, but,
True.
Anyway, I highly recommend this game.
The second thing I'd like to say is about the pirate history. And here at the Pirate Round, we're very interested in the pirate history, legends and lore and tales and different stories here and there. And, they've got the history here with Blackbeard, being so good at boarding and having such great swagger. And you've got Anne Bonny pleading her belly. And so historical facts such as that, and about the Spanish treasure fleets and such. And it's just a great game to play and imagine as you're playing it, that you're living that history there and thinking about it. It's such a wonderful game to sit down with your friends on a table such as this. We've got our friends here, and they often like to play. And we've got Captain Bartholomew Roberts right there. We've got Bill G, our rat. We've got Gunner's Mate Squash.
With his cannon.
With his cannon. We've got Anne Barney and Polly Pyrate. And, all of our good friends here that we could play it on a table such as this with all your pirate accoutrements and have a really good time.
It is a fun game. I highly recommend it. And, the customer service, I will say, is actually really well, too. Because when there were a few questions that I had, I emailed the creator of the game, and he replied back quite promptly within actually 24 hours.
That's good, yeah.
On the questions that I might have.
Very good. That's
So,
capital.
We highly recommend this game, The Pirate
Cool.
Republic by Greenfoot Games.
There you go. Well, and that takes us to an end of another episode of the Pirate Round. And, this is a very special month here, Scarlet Raven, isn't it?
This is Pride Month.
It's Pride Month, they say.
Now,
But we should have pride in being who you are.
Now, we at the Pirate Round, we accept everybody. We don't care what race you might have, what color your skin might be, what religion you might have or believe in, or who you might love and like, and how you might dress, and your political affiliation. We don't believe in any of that here, because pirates accepted everybody into their crew.
Well,
And that's the way we look at it. We accept everybody. We don't care who you might be and what you might think, as long as you be a pirate.
as long as you be a pirate and you be on a crew, you sign your articles there,
And you do your job.
and you do your
it.
job, and you're a member of the crew, straight and true. Then
And you don't bully another crew member.
that's true. You never do that. So here we say to you now, especially our pride friends, thank you for being true. Thank you for being who you are. And remember that you be a pirate. You don't have to take shite from no one at all. And you never back down from a fight, because, pirates never back down unless they have to, unless they want to run and fight another day. But to be a pirate, well, that's you're living a life of adventure. And I say to you now, this takes this episode of the Pirate Round to an end. And we toast you now, our friends.
Yar
Yar
har.
har.